Hey guys, the Survivor. Oh, touched my windshield wipers. Southern Florida, I-75, going northbound. Got about 23 more miles to go where I'm getting to Sarasota, Florida. Got to do some work up here. About 70, what have we got here? 76 degrees Fahrenheit out here today in Southern Florida on the I-75 going northbound. And about 8:40 in the morning on a Monday. So it's basically, looks like a detective there on the left. Yep. Let's see, is this guy gonna pass in front of me? I gotta see. You gotta get him all the time. See? Somebody's gonna cut in front of me without a blinker. Now I'm going about 60. The speed limit's about 70 here on the thruway. We're gonna run into some traffic here. But, you know, I mean, if people want to speed, where's this semi going? Oh, smart. Jump out right in front of me here. Real smart. That's why you got to have webcams, guys. Now he's going to drive like an old lady once he gets in front of me. I drive like an old lady. He drives like a friggin' old, I don't know, like a beyond old. That kind of threw me off here when I was going to stand my drive-by today. But I hope everybody's doing great. Yeah, and I wanted to bring up something. And today I just want to bring up the National Rifle Association. You know, basically, you know, what the National Rifle Association is and, you know, basically what they believe. The National Rifle Association is a association for the protection of the Second Amendment rights for guns. They do a lot of training, they do certification, they do a lot of political stuff, you know, organizations and bills and things like that. The national organization, the National Rifle Organization, is basically they don't want everybody, like I say, everybody to own a machine gun, or everybody even to own a gun. They want the right for everybody to own a gun to be there. It's not mandatory to own a gun to be gunned to the NRA or anything. But they want you to have the right as a citizen of the United States to be able to own a gun. They want to have that right there for you if you need it. So whether you're anti-gun or pro-gun, it doesn't really matter. You know, that right is still yours. And we have to bring up a subject here. If you look at the dangers, okay, of, you know, governments and, you know, living in a society, there's a lot of dangers. I mean, you know, your life can get endangered. There's bad people out there. Somebody can pull over, rob you, stab you, break in your house. I mean, there's a mental person could be doing it, a crack addict, somebody on drugs. So when we look at this aspect of gun ownership, and gun ownership is not just for white, for women, it's for black, it's for red, it's for Chinese, it's for Arabian, it's for Islamic, it's for Muslim, it's for everybody that's a citizen of the United States and wants to protect themselves. I mean, that's a right that you have. So if you think in the days of the slaves were not able to own guns. They took them all away. And then they had masters, and the masters would, you know, control them and run them. They worked for them. They were slaves, right? So if the slaves had guns, they probably would have uproared against them and probably took over. Guns and knives and clubs, but you know, knives and clubs, it's not going to stop a bullet very good. So, you know, if you have to look at in society, there has been races that have overpowered other people. Now the government is right now in control, and it's strong, and it's getting stronger. In every aspect of our life, they manage. Monetary, you know, they tell you how to get paid, like in the people in the military, or like anything in Social Security and stuff, they get their direct deposit. They have to. They can't even get checks mailed anymore. Yeah, it's safer and all that, but it's trackable better too. So you can track it to the bank to see who's got what in the bank. Your bank accounts. If you got a Social Security, anybody can find out how much money you're making. They just type in and it comes up and shows in your bank account. You know, your name. Go on YouTube and just type your name in. Or go on Google, rather. I'm sorry. Go on Google and type your name in. you'll see. I mean, all that information's out there. If you have a gun permit, type your name up and it'll come up. Your gun permit, you'll come up your address when you got it and everything. So all the information's out there about you. And the best way is to not, is when you put information out there, put the incorrect information out there. Now, certain things like owning a house, you know, different stuff like that, and if it's in your name, you're not going to be able to fudge that. That's going to be it. But if you rent, it won't. So, you know, that's the bottom line. And like I say, I do a lot of videos on guns. Half the guns I don't have anymore. So I have them, I buy them, I sell them. So, you know, I really firmly believe you got to be careful in this whole society. But the NRA, like I say, is for the ownership, to have the ownership when you need it for the Second Amendment. That's what it's about. I have been pretty proactive the last month in the NRA. I've been going to gun shows, handing out literature, working with the NRA representative from out of state. We just went to Smoke on the Water. I've gone to the Fort Myers Gun Show, a few other gun shows and stuff like that. So we're trying to promote it. You know, we're trying to promote the Second Amendment. Like I say, it's not even about the guns, guys. It's the Second Amendment. It's promoting the Second Amendment. That right to have it there for you. If you want to buy a gun, if you want to own a gun, I mean, you want to have that right available for you. So a lot of people don't understand that, and you know, that's what we have to really look into. And we have to look at laws for people that get charged with crimes, so they don't lose their Second Amendment rights. There's a lot of stuff, but you know, it's pretty important. The NRA is a great organization. I just signed up for another 3 years. I sign up always. And I go to the gun shows, and I don't even sometimes buy anything at a gun show. I walk through and I just look. Sometimes I buy nothing. I buy nothing at all, anything. I don't buy nothing at a gun show. I'll go through, look at the guns, maybe get a cup of coffee, walk around a little. So sometimes I don't buy anything, but I do pay that fee to get into the gun show, so I can support it. I don't know how long the gun shows are going to be around. I don't know how long private sales are going to be around. It's this very scary mood in the whole country right now. So, but what I would suggest, get out there and vote. And the only way to vote is to vote pro Second Amendment. If somebody wants to take your rights away, that's somebody you don't want to vote for. I mean, they may have, you know, other agendas that maybe you agree with, but the Second Amendment is very important. Our forefathers died for those rights. There was wars fought over those rights, over the Constitution of the United States. And I really think the Constitution of the United States trumps anything else that's important. And notice I said Trump. You know, that's kind of funny. It trumps any other rights, that terminology. And I used it not because Trump was running, but you know, and Trump probably is the man, or Cruz, or whoever gets the nomination, and that Republican under them, I would vote for, because they're going to be pro-gun. I would, you know, there's really nobody in the Democrat to vote for. But if you had a Democrat that was for guns too, it'd be perfect. And there's such a divide. It's like positive and negative. It's ridiculous. You know, and don't forget, they're all millionaires. If you're looking at Trump and saying he's a billionaire, well, yeah, he's a billionaire, but they're all rich. Look at that boat on the left, a wide load. That's pretty nice. Probably each one of those motors on that boat's worth about $8 grand. That's a monster. But anyway, I have to bring that up. Thanks a lot, guys. And that's, you know, my gist of the NRA. You know, they're out there to promote education, gun safety, and to promote the Second Amendment, so you can have the right to own guns if you want. You don't have to, but you'd like to have that right there. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.